Hello, my name is Mark and welcome to I'm Organic Gardening. Today's December 1st and it's been crazy in the last month of November prior to getting to this month. Now, I've been super busy. I've been working off the farm to make some more income because things are going to be more expensive in the future. I can see that already. Everything from fuel oil to heating oil, electricity, growing things, anything that I need to buy from my farm is going to be up like at least 20 to 30% next year. And I've already ordered seeds already and I'm starting that. So, and they're up a little bit, but not too bad. So, I haven't gotten out to my large backyard garden, which is behind me here, and I haven't planted a cover crop. And this is the first year that it's going really late. Now, I can try doing it in some spots, maybe in the next few days and see how it happens. But I want to cover my soil. I don't want to lose it. And so the next best thing I can do, besides putting a cover crop down, now cover crops is at the top of the level here. So now what I'm going to be doing is covering the whole entire garden with leaves, and at least probably 8 inches thick. In this way, the microbes can work in there and keep everything going. Now, cover crops, like I said, is the top of the scale of doing something for your garden. But if you don't have time to do cover crops like I did this year, and the weather's been crazy all last month, then the next best thing you can do is cover your garden with leaves or some type of organic matter. Now what we're looking at here is the base of an apple tree I have, and there's actually a sunflower stalk over to your right here. Now, what's growing here is a native, a lot of people call it a weed, but it's not a weed. It's called chickling vetch. Now, chickling vetch is pretty much in the herb category, and that is something that we can leave in the ground to support mycorrhizal fungi, a fungi that's in our soil that we want to grow over winter. And also, too, the tree, which is a perennial root, can also do that too. Now, I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm just going to spread leaves in the area that are bare. Now, I don't expect this, and that chickling vetch that you see there, those green mounds, probably get hurt by the winter time, but it will not be a problem for it to completely die off. It will come back in the springtime and do great care to the area that's, it's in right now. Now, here's the rest of my garden. You can see it goes back about at least 100 feet. So I'm going to cover this whole area up with leaves, and if I have a chance, I'm going to rake the leaves back and then plant the cover crop in there and see what I can do. Now, let me show you what I've been receiving for the last, let's say, 2 days, and this is just a beautiful gift for the holiday season for me to get all these leaves for here. Here's all the leaves that I've been receiving. There's actually a total of 10 piles here. Each pile is 12 cubic yards. So right now I have at least 120 cubic yards of leaves. And you can see that they're nice and brown already. They've been sucked up in a vacuum inside the back of a truck, and the leaves are looking beautiful. There's some pine needles in there. And also, I want to educate you, there's all types of leaves out there from different types of trees. There is no leaves that cause a problem in your garden. You will not get a disease from them at all. You will not have any problem with your plants because of certain types of leaves that might seek an oil or leak an oil into the ground. That does not happen. Those are just purely myths. And also, going back to diseases on trees, if there's leaves that have a disease on them still from being picked off of the ground, that disease is particularly only goes after trees or certain types of trees, not all types of trees. So when you plant a vegetable, that obviously is not a tree, so you're not going to get that same problem in the future from those diseases that contact or go after trees. See here, I've been also getting some wood chips in. It is very difficult for me to get wood chips this year because there's a company nearby that's actually taking all the wood chips for free, and they're actually paying or giving incentives or gift cards to other landscapers. And what they're doing, they're taking those wood chips and grinding them up and making wood pellets out of it because fuel oil is so expensive around here, or oil, that actually the wood chips are going to be used for people's stoves, or they have like a stove that automatically feeds the pellets into it to heat the home. So wood chips are not as free as they used to be, but leaves are plentiful now. Thank God they can't burn them or quickly enough or make them into pellets, but that's what we're trying to overcome here and face in the future. Gardening is always changing. You just have to go changing with it. So all those leaves in the background, way back here, I'm going to bring them forward. I'm not going to cover the raised mounds that I've been built up. What I've also noticed in the last, say, 2 or 3 years, we've been getting lots of heavy rain. So I wanted to do and reconstruct my garden this year, which was very important. I wanted to build these large raised mounds here. Now I'll put a pathway down the middle, of course. Now this raised mound that I have here is basically, I'm going to say, over a foot tall. That soil will sink down, and there's some wood chips in there in the soil too. That's adding fungi material, and that's what you want in the garden. You want a balance of 1 fungi to 1 bacteria in your garden. So adding a little bit of wood chips to your soil that has been, let's say, aged for like 2 or 3 years, just a little small tiny bit is going to give you that fungi advantage. This is just a general suggestion. You can still collect fall leaves. We have about 2 weeks in zone 6B here, and we can collect them and add them to the top of our garden. Your garden soil will love you for doing it. This is how nature's been doing it for years. It will help the worm population stay alive over winter because it has a nice insulating blanket on top besides the snow. If you do get snow in your area, it will keep the soil moist, and you're all set for the upcoming gardening season. Now in the garden season next year, we'll just rake those leaves back, plant into the soil, and if we have time, we can grow a cover crop maybe ahead of time and let that regenerate that soil again and make it all better for us. So have a beautiful day and a great December ahead of you. There's lots of things still to do in the garden. I'll be shortly hopefully planting up some cover crops too in different areas and see how they survive over winter, and we'll get back to all you showing how all beautiful and how gracious those cover crops are going to be growing. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again with another short video. Thanks.